Summer almost ending. Let's look at 20 secrets about The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Number 1. At the Space World 2000 demo, it showed Link and Ganondorf fighting in Ocarina of Time. Wind Waker was first announced in 2001 with some beta gameplay. It shows Link fighting moblins, and even it has his Ocarina of Time voice at the end. And also has the overworld theme from The Legend of Zelda. Link's first appearance was in The Wind Waker. But did you also know that his concept was in Link to the Past? He was supposed to have young and adult forms, kind of like how in Ocarina of Time, where he can turn into a child and an adult. The Wind Waker's art style and cartoony graphics is actually designed from a Japanese paper called washi. The beta main theme actually sounds different, but similar. Take a listen. You can even hear the overworld theme from The Legend of Zelda mixed with the Great Sea. There were many test rooms in the game's development. Here shows Link on a crate with the mirror shield. Another sees a beta version of what looks like Outset Island from the Wind Waker. Wind Waker's sound effects, like the seagulls, are actually recorded by elephants, while the walking through a desert is from potato chips. The one who illustrated Wind Waker is named Satoru Takewaza. The Koroks from Wind Waker actually means Kokiri. Because it's a descendant of the Kokiri from Ocarina of Time. So in Wind Waker's development, there were a room called Tinkle, a beta room. It actually means Tingle, the green fairy. Number 11. Here was the boss stages, what looks to be Dragon Roost Island, the boss in Dragon Roost Island inside Valu. So you fight Valu, and it's kind of like the beta, like the original. But instead, it's more, darker, and it's a stealth stage for some reason. And it's honestly really cool. Nice little beta footage. You know the E3 2000 demo I showed you earlier? Well, some fans thought it was going to be more mature like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, which kind of had the hate on Wind Waker. Luckily, the HD remake gave it a new light, and people didn't see, full-on, mature gameplay until Twilight Princess. Speaking of the 2000 tech demo, it was actually an experiment, which Miyamoto said in an interview that, quote, it was an interview when making Majora's Mask. Number 13. Miyamoto said he wanted to have an emphasis on one thing on the Wind Waker, and it was in one word: strings. Strings. They wanted to have ropes and strings to play a crucial role in the Wind Waker. Shout out to Beta64 for finding this fact. Toon Link's tunic is actually modeled after the original Legend of Zelda, and wouldn't come back until Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Wii. You know the hooded Zelda from the trailer for Wind Waker? It didn't come back until The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Now to DeviantArt and Beta64. Nintendo always references their controllers. Looking at you, Sunshine. And Wind Waker is no exception. Wind Waker originally was going to have a GameCube version of an island that looked similarly to the GameCube console. It didn't return until Phantom Hourglass with something called DS Island, which is basically the Nintendo DS. Fact by Beta64. there were an unused song you could play on the Wind Waker. One of the songs was called the Wind Waker Dance, where you would compose and, yeah, it was just the Wind Waker Dance. There is one landscape in the Wind Waker, in the beta, that shows both Outset Island, the Forest Haven, and the Forsaken Fortress, which there were actually a sneaking animation originally going to be used to sneak around the moblins. There was one test sphere in the Wind Waker. It looks very, very strange looking. It was used for the beta of Wind Waker.